Hello and welcome back to my channel, Sarah Lynn Makeup. Today is the actual day one makeup look for the makeup challenge that I have been continuing on TikTok. I am so excited to finally get into this, and this is the look that we are going to be recreating today. This one is using the Morphe x Maddie Ziegler, the Imagination palette. This is what the palette looks like. I think the thing that I like the most about this palette is the fact that these lines here are just very neutral shades, very easy to make, you know, a very soft, easygoing eye look. And then you have these nice, pretty, bold colors that you can just add either a pop of color, or you can do something like this where you just add a bunch of pops of color. So I did just want to talk about my makeup challenge really quick because it is not like the one that I had originally started, which was why I restarted. So what I have been doing is I put all of my palettes into a random picker on my phone using an app, and I have just been, it's going through selecting a palette, and then I create a makeup look out of that palette. There's no other stipulations to it. It is just making an eye look. I don't have to use a certain amount of shades, so it just keeps it a little bit more simple, a little bit more fun. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. I am going to be continuing and moving forward with it as soon as I have been able to catch up on all of the videos I've already posted and be able to post them on YouTube, and then I'll just be able to film them all outright, and it'll just be a lot easier that way. So before we get into the makeup part of it, I did just want to show you a picture of the first time that I did this look to kind of show you I did change it just a little bit, and I like it better this way. That's why we do these things. So here's the picture, and then we'll get started on the makeup. Let's recreate this look right here, my day one makeup challenge look with the Maddie Ziegler and Morphe palette, and let's get started. Alright, so we are back with the official day one of my actual makeup challenge. I'm really excited, but I'm kind of not excited for this look. It wasn't my favorite one. I do think it still came out good, but I was not feeling very good about myself the day that I did it, and so no matter what I did, it just did not feel like it looked good, and I was really hating on myself when I did this video. But we're gonna recreate it, and maybe we'll even make it better, and maybe we'll even enjoy it. So let me show you the palette that we are going to be using. So the palette that we are using is this Morphe and Maddie Ziegler, the Imagination palette, and it looks like this on the inside. A lot of good neutral colors, some good shimmers, and then some good like pops of color in there. So I think this is a really good palette. When I used it the first time, I was pretty impressed. I think it blends out beautifully. I've never had a problem with Morphe palettes though, so I kind of expected it to be pretty good. But let's do what we do. Let's start with priming our eyes. So as always, I am going to be priming my eyes with my Milani eyeshadow primer. So my eye primer has set, so I'm going to go into the first shade that I'll be using, which is this yellow shade right here. This one is called Like Butter, and I'm using this on a ColourPop E25 brush. So next I am going to be picking up this green shade right here called Mint, and I'm using the same brush. I just cleaned it off with a little color changer, and I'm going to be packing that all along the outer corner of the eye next to that yellow. And I'm going to change it up a little bit from what I did in the original look. And I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush. This is a Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number. And I want to pick up this MaddieGirl shade, or MaddieGirl. Just dip into that a little bit and lightly dust it just above those two shades. So now I am going to go back into those two shades, Like Butter and Mint, and I just want to deepen up those colors just a little bit before I move on to the next step. So now, using a Q-tip and some micellar water, I'm going to cut my crease. So the next step that I did in my video was the part I think that I hated the most about this eye look, but to just continue remaking these looks, I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully I'll just like it better. But I'm going to pick up this shade Dancing Queen, and I'm going to put that all over where I just cut my crease. As you saw, I ended up going back in with my finger to actually put that shade on because that brush was not working. I did, however, go back in with the product on the brush and spray it with some setting spray to kind of give that shine and extra brightness to it. But now I'm going to go back in with that mint shade, and I'm just going to kind of blend it into the pink just a little bit. So for now, that is all I'm going to do with my eyes. I'm going to go put pretty much the rest of my face on, and then I will come back and we will finish this up. Okay, so we're going to finish up our eyes now, and first we're going to dip into shade 5 and put that on the outer part of the bottom lash line. For that, I'm going to be using a Morphe E18 brush. Now with the same brush, the Morphe E18, I'm going to dip into She Insists and put that right next to the blue. For the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Angel right here. For that, I'm using a Morphe M213 brush. And then in the video, I also took the shade Godmom right here. and pop just a little bit on top of that pink. So the last thing that I did for this eye look was take a little bit of a liquid glitter and just put it right around that pink. So I'm going to finish up with some eyeliner and mascara and all that good stuff, and I will show you the final look when I'm done. And here is the final look. I think it definitely came out better than the first time around, but let me take you over to the window. So here is the look in natural light. What do you think? Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that. You know I appreciate it, and I cannot wait to do the next one. This is the first official day one for the actual makeup challenge I've been doing, so we'll move on to day 2.